I've been waiting for that for so long.
This is
The Matrix
exclusive.
Monster. Jumping there with the Matrix. Promise y'all he can up this game. This boy is fast, explosive, fast at power, precise, and he got a game on mentality.
That's exclusive footage from The Matrix, aka Andre Durrell, uh, former Olympic medalist. Well, I guess if you're Olympic medalist, you're Olympic medalist. It's not former world champion, top fighter, athletic ability, strength, power, and then the current top fighter in the game right now, who's being, uh, consciously avoided, and rightfully so. And we're going to get into some stuff, but I'm going to break it down today. What does it take to actually bring back that era of the super middleweights when there was Andre Durrell, Andre Ward, Carl Froch, Arthur Abraham, just one killer after the next? And that's what we're going to get into. So here's a conversation in our Champions University with my buddy Andre Durrell. And I always had a lot of admiration for Andre. And he just is, without saying, he just has class. He's always, anyone who's watched him knows that he's always kept his reputation clean and intact. And when you see this conversation, you'll see a different side of Andre. He's passionate, and this is what we want. There's also another one of our coaches who's currently in Champions University, and we're going to basically get an opportunity to see these guys do what they do. They're the best in the business, man. So education is important. So with that being said, let's get into it.
Sixth or seventh round to where he
Yeah,
started long game. It's not about what
it's
you
the
do
long
right here,
game.
right now. It's the long
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
And 36
Floyd.
minutes is a hell of a long time. You know what I'm saying? When you're in there with a monster.
How would you have fared if you got in there with Bernard?
With Bernard Hopkins, I know it's a battle with the minds. I will have to use my quickness as well
Yeah,
as my speed. Now I hope they caught that, right? Quickness as well as speed, right? He would sneak shots in. He knew how to get off with a couple of shots. He knew how to step in. He knew how to turn. He knew how to tie you up. You know what I'm saying? A couple slight dirty tactics, and if they work, great. I don't got no problem with that,
yeah,
right? So I knew I would have known I would have had to play the same game, and I would have to do it just as long as he would. You know what I'm saying? It's a battle of the minds at that point. So it's
hmm
just all about boxing and being ready to get rugged if you have to, but then within strategically, you can't
yeah.
just yeah.
He's
The second you lose it with a guy like Bernard, Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather, you lose. You lose. You
yeah,
fall into
he's
their
a
trap.
yeah, he's a real thief. He's a
Yeah,
real
yeah,
cat
like
burglar
you
in that
said.
in that joint. I
Yeah.
think you know who
Always love watching him.
I think the great fight for you that would have been really great, and I'm gonna ask you who you think your greatest matchup would have been, like literally. But I
Yeah,
think you would have been a great. I think if you and Chad Dawson would have been in the ring against
yeah,
each other, even though he was at 75,
yeah, yeah.
but I think that would have been exciting. I think that probably would have been like people would have been like, I want to see that
Yeah.
again.
Good
Like
call.
that was good. Like
So,
because you had similar things. I mean, I see you as much stronger. I mean,
hmm
because
hmm
I can look at I'm sort of like a physiologist. I can
yeah.
look at things that people I said, no, look at his eyebrows. Like
hmm
there are things I know about the DNA that people
hmm
are like, what the fuck? How do
hmm
you know that?
hmm
And I'd be right. It's like because, but I think that who do you think if you would have paired off with that would have been a great trilogy possibly?
Yeah. Later in my career would have definitely been Andre Ward. I would have loved that fight, and I wish I
Yeah,
had the opportunity to take it when I did, but I didn't due to unfortunate circumstances. And the way my career went after that,
yeah,
we never aligned after that, so that was kind of whack there. You know, Chad Dawson, I like that pick. You know, we actually sparred each other. Man, we probably sparred each other more than 10 times,
hmm
getting him ready for Adamak, his first
yeah,
world championship fight. And we had
yeah.
some great matches in there, great
Adamek was
matches.
good.
Sometimes I had the upper hand, sometimes he had the upper hand,
Yeah,
you know. and he was a southpaw, one of the first great southpaws I done faced, height wise, strength wise,
Yeah.
boxing wise. You know, he tested me. He really took me to another level early in my career because I had the opportunity to work with him, man. So
Yeah.
me and him meeting up in the ring would have been a great experience. Would have been a great
Hmm.
experience.
I
And the
think
rematch for Frost too. That would have went light years better.
I like Alan Green. I just think
Mhm.
you were better, but I think
Mhm.
he would have been a good fun fight. I think you knock him out though, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that would have
yeah,
just been
yeah.
really
Mhm.
good television. I
Yeah,
think that would have
yeah.
just been perfect moving because I'm working
Mhm.
with guys about moving their athletes. I'm
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
man, you could give the fans a great fight, but for the
Mhm.
guy who's the key, the guy who is the real show guy for that
Mhm.
night,
Mhm.
it's almost a walkover. But it's
Mhm.
like going to be such a good fight. You don't know it, but
Yeah,
he
yeah,
knows he's going to get this
yeah,
guy. It's
yeah.
only win. It's not
Mhm.
going the distance.
Mhm.
Like it's gonna be
Mhm.
a one of them nine
Mhm.
round knockouts. It's like
Mhm.
whoa,
And that's where you take a guy like Alan Green, right?
yeah,
Ward couldn't stop him, right? And I
yeah,
still believe I could have if we would have faced each other because Allen, if you allow him to get off, you allow him to shoot his shots off. He do
yeah.
everything with like a sort of every punch basically got to be hard. It ain't too much finesse to his game, but he does has that. I'm not
No,
eliminating that completely,
yeah.
but when he throws, he means to inflict damage pretty much with every shot he's throwing. And so I would
Mhm.
know staying within his space, it'd be only a matter of time.
That is that's classic. What could have happened in the super middleweight division, and in the super middleweight division, for those of you who do not understand how stacked it was, I just named 6 or 7. They had this tournament called Super Six, and you had Andre Durrell, Andre Ward, even Saki Obika came in, Alan Green, uh, Chad Dawson, and these guys kind of were on the perimeters of it. Some people, there were so many super middleweights, Carl Froch, and just Mikhail Kessler. It was the greatest era, and people were so hell spent on overlooking what was actually happening at that time. That's never happened again. A tournament of that nature with that caliber of fighter. We were watching history, so I tell you all to appreciate it. Now we're going to get into another part of the conversation, and what we want to do is make it clear to you who's inside and involved in this work. These are today's best. They're educated. They're tied to lineages, and one of the guys here currently was right here, and he was actually refereeing. It's in Champions University, and there's a way that you can reach the top. There's a way that you can get there, and you could be formidable, and it's just another day to you. So I like to congratulate all of the next school of guys who come in, but remember to make sure that you leave a comment because we are giving 3 scholarships away. Yesterday during the stream, please stay tuned for this next episode clip that we're going to go into with Darrell. You guys are going to love this, but we wanted to make sure that we continue to recruit the best of the best. And there are some people that are not in a position, posture wise, to do so. And they don't truly understand the magnitude of what we're doing. But I can tell you this, there is nothing above this level. We're giving you over 134 years of the right kind of knowledge. And this is the knowledge you'll need because the levels don't start changing for real until you get into the world championship levels. So when you see these guys, I'm bringing them on and I'm talking about it with you directly through them. And I'm also talking through them so that you can understand from their point of view and their vantage point how important it is to really understand this game of boxing. So you're in that place right now. It's pivotal, but listen to this conversation that we are about to have. And I'm going to congratulate and welcome the new members of Champions University. And I want to make sure that you comment whatever you want to comment, just make sure that you comment something. We're choosing 3 people. That's $45,000 that we are giving away. So make sure you comment. I don't care if it's your city. Let me know what you're representing. Let me know what state you're rocking in. If you are in the level of competitive boxing that requires titles and medals, you definitely want to do that. That will finally give you something that gives you the upper hand. So listen to this next segment. It was really, really good. And I enjoyed doing this with Andre. He's a really good guy. And right here, currently now, he's down here at Boxer. So, if you need that smoke, go get that work.
The 7th, 8th, it'll start from the 7th round, 6th or 7th round to where he start to wear. And if I remain a threat to him, then I know it'll be only a matter of time before I touch him and get him out of there. But like a cat like Alan Green, battle with a mind. Like I just have to, it'd be mind up here because I don't think he had it
No,
IQ wise.
you would have been just too much for him, but it would have just been good. 6 rounds of getting them down, breaking
It would have
them
been a
down.
good fight. Yep.
It would have been
6
great
rounds.
for just
I agree.
TV. And I really think if they
Like
promoted it right, it could have been a pay-per-view kind of like, oh snap. If he would, because you got to hold your market value. If he holds his market value, your name was a market value.
Yep.
If I would have came in, I would have done things. What I would have done is let people understand the makeup of you. People don't understand. They say athletic, big, but they don't understand the dynamics that came. And that's what people get. I can do a video like that. It could do 3 million views because people love the depth when you see more than they see. I think that's one of the reasons. What's his name? Bo Mack. All them guys, they go behind, they follow the page. They're like, yo, I want to hear what my man's saying because I broke his fighter down. I broke down Crawford. He DM me. He was like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I gotta see that. I gotta check it out, man.
I did it. But I just basically was like, how would you defeat a fighter like Crawford? But when he DM'd me, he was like, that ain't gonna work. I said, that it ain't gonna work for people that's out here now. But if the right guy was using this, that's why you DM me. And then it went up again about a month later because it was just my admin. He put it up. He thought it was for, shits and giggles. And then he commented on that time. He was like, "Fuck you!" Like, come on, man, chill. Hold on. If it ain't gonna work, why you even care? But guys, they know. They know when I break a fighter down, he broken. Like you can't argue it. If you might argue it for the sake of who read it, so that they'll believe you. But I'm like, no, give me the right guy.
If you know what you're talking about.
Oh shit, yeah.
If you know what you're talking about, right, and then just say you proved it time and time again, a couple of times before, all it takes is one, right? Especially to grasp the common fan, right? That theory is highly plausible, like because it's only theory until we see it, but we base it off what we've seen or who we know. Like Crawford, for instance, man, he is mentally tough. He tough as nails mentally.
He's the best. Right? I don't see anybody beating him. But
no, so you have to find a weakness. It's the first person to defeat Crawford, if that happens, is to find a weakness. And
the mastery. The mastery would be disrupt what he think is going to happen.
Yes,
and you can do that. And you have to be at I break the levels down. First technique, then skills and sets, and then concept. That's when you're able to go to craft. And then become cagey. Like when you get cagey, Abner Mares developed the level of cagey because his skill had a limit. He's maxed out with skill. And the guy who's cagey, Dwight Muhammad Cowie, people who can turn things around, like when you don't see it coming, like, God, how did he do that? The New England Patriots, when Tom Brady would play, things just would happen. They just paid attention to detail,
Yeah.
and then they would disrupt
Yeah.
things no matter how they did it. Hopkins would disrupt what you wanted to do. He
Mhm.
wouldn't just take it away, but
Mhm.
he would disrupt things as well. There are a lot of elements, and if you do that,
Yeah.
I'm not going to beat Crawford with skills, or I'm not gonna beat, someone like Tank with skills.
Mhm.
There are things that will not allow what he wants to do to happen.
Yeah.
And that is what you got to find the right huckleberry
Yeah.
to pull that
And when
off.
you say cagey, you mean like tough wise?
No, like if you like to throw, like if you. All right. You see, this is not only just talk, this is education and levels. And there are things that if you have inside of the sport of boxing, now reaching these levels of what we call cagey, see, that's a level. And if you don't have it, what you'll find out about boxing is that you have to have a better skill set than the other guy. But if you're cagey, you've reached that level, then if you go back to the Evander Holyfield versus Mike Tyson, you can't outstrength Mike Tyson. You couldn't outspeed Mike Tyson. You were not quicker than Mike Tyson. But when you become a master of your skill set, and then you develop a craft above the level of craft which most fighters will not reach, then there's cagey. It's a level of degree. It's just like a doctorate. You can get a bachelor's degree, you can get an associate's degree, you can just get a basic diploma, or you can get a master's. But when you go to cagey, that's your doctorate. That means I'm unbeatable by just skills alone. And that's what we mean when we talk about this. And these are the educational realms and things that most don't quite understand about the sport of boxing. So that's where you have to pick and choose a fighter, because you don't quite understand what is this thing that I hear about. And that's why sometimes when I had to pick, I got chosen for ESPN, the Insider, to handicap, because I understand matches. It's tough. Now, there's no magician in this thing, because I don't know what's going on in this guy's camp. But when it comes down to getting in the ring and in the first round, you're going to find that there is things that you can pay close attention to prior to the fight happening. And that's how you pick. So with that being said, I like to take 1 second, and I don't want to waste your time, but I definitely want to give you some food. Here are the guys who are currently new members in the Champions University. And then I have one more plug that I want to share with you guys. And that is a couple of seconds of this sparring with one of our participants, my man Dre, and super middleweight champion of the world, Benavidez. Floyd Hill, welcome to Champions University. Ismail Amaya, welcome to Champions University. Heshan, let me see, Guana Wardana, welcome to the school. Patrick Frazier, Keith Lashley, welcome to the school. Dante Clark, David Acosta, Clinton Owner, Sammy Lopez, and David Clark. You see, these individuals' trajectory in life has now taken upon a new level. And I have to say, special shouts out to my guy. And you see how the world's emerging with Darrell and our coach here. Just look at 15 seconds of just serious ring work.
Yeah, go take my
Okay?
so long. Mexican monster. Jumping there with the Matrix. Promise y'all he just up this game. This boy is fast, explosive, fast at power, precise, and he got a game on mentality. I ain't giving you nothing. I need you to give me nothing. Yeah, go take my shit. So, he can go as far as he wants, as long as he keep doing what he's doing. Easy one. Better go another round, man. All that shit.
That we actually have in our Champions University Thanks for taking the time to watch. And this was exactly the kind of conversations that we actually have in our Champions University portal. And we know that that's important because a lot of you out here who are moving athletes along in their career, you want to provide the proper training, and you also want to know exactly what's coming, and you want to prevent any hurdles from knocking you off course. So that's what we do this for. We give you the education that we have so that you can overcome any of those hurdles. Now, you already have the talent. The only thing that you need is a roadmap. And when you have that roadmap, that prevents all of those situations from happening to you. So if this is the kind of content that you see helping you further, then you can take another step deeper and type the word school, and you'll get a message in your inbox, and that's going to lead you directly to our enrollment page. And once you get to that enrollment page, you're 15 seconds away from the trajectory of your career going in an entirely different direction and at warp speed. So that's where people will start to see you in your brightest lights. And then that will allow you to help reach the highest levels of boxing. So if that sounds like you, type the word school. And I'll see you next time in the winner's circle. So long. Peace.